All right, here we go. Section 2.3, applications of equations. All right, these are going to be story problems. Wynn, are you listening? These are going to be story problems, okay? And you are going to get confused with these story problems when they give you like 4 pieces of information at once, okay? Think about what they're asking and draw a picture if you can, all right? And we're going to use these story problems to make an equation. Real quick. We're going to use these problems to make an equation so that we can solve it just like we have normally, right? So we've learned how to solve equations by using graphs, how to like factor, do quadratic formula, that type of thing, right? We know how to solve them. Now they're stepping back one further and saying, okay, write the equation yourself now given a scenario, right? That's where we're at this point. So applied problems guideline. Read the problem carefully and determine what is asked for. What are you solving for? Draw a picture if you can. So following these guidelines, 1 through 8, label the unknown quantities, draw a picture, translate the verbal statements, consolidate anything, blah, 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 okay? All right, so example, the average of 2 real numbers is 41.125, okay? Now, let's stop there. Don't read any further because they're going to give you 14 pieces of information at once and you're going to have to try to dissect it all. Don't read more information than you can handle at a time. Just read that first sentence. The average of 2 real numbers is 41.125. The average, right? Okay? So, let's name our 2 numbers. Are our 2 numbers the same number, right? Are they the same number? They could be the same number, right? But they might not be, right? So we probably have to call them 2 different things until we know for sure that they are the same number, right? Okay? X1, X2, or, I don't know, you can call them X and Y. X and Y. Okay, X1 and X2, that's just adding numbers in there. That might be a little harder. So let's call them X and Y. So X equals my first number, and let's do Y equals my second number. You can call them whatever you want to, okay? We have 2 numbers. We don't necessarily know that they're the same number. We could just call them X and X if they were the same number, but we don't know that for sure. So we're going to call them X and Y. Now, if I am averaging them together, what does that look like? If I'm averaging them together, what?
Add them up and divide by 2.
Add them up and divide by 2. So X plus Y divided by 2 equals, what's it equal to? 41.125. We haven't even read the second question, but we already have that figured out, right? Okay, don't look at more information than you can handle. And their product is 1683. Okay? That means a second equation where they're multiplying together, right? Okay? Our second equation, multiplied together equals 1683. What's that look like on the left side? X times Y.
Or
okay?
just XY.
Or XY, right? XY, okay? Now, find the 2 numbers. Find the 2 numbers. So, I have 2 equations, right? Can I find the 2 numbers using those 2 equations?
Eventually.
This is like a substitution elimination problem, right? Usually you use elimination when you have x plus y and x plus y. You can eliminate a variable. In this one, we're probably going to substitute, right? Okay? So which equation do you want to solve? Let's substitute something. Which equation do you want to solve and for which variable? It doesn't matter. This top one, let's solve for x. Okay, so Cody wants to solve this guy for x, okay? So let's do that first. What do I need to move and get rid of and solve? Multiply by 2. Let's do that first.
Okay.
Times 2 times 2. So x plus y is equal to 41.125 times 2. Do that in your head if you can. 82.25. Yeah? Woo woo. Okay, and then what? We're solving for x.
Wait.
Yep, we're going to subtract the y. Yes? Are we good? Subtract the y, minus y. So x is equal to 82.25 minus y. 25 minus y. Yeah? 82.25 minus y. And then we take this guy and we put him in for x, right? In for x, not y. I wanted to stop at the y, right? Okay, we're plugging him in there. Okay? All right, so let's put him there. Let's put 82.25 is going in for x, minus y is going in for x, and then we have times y equals 1683. Yeah? Good? Beautiful.
Shut up.
Okay? Now what? Distribute the y. Okay? So we're going to multiply the y through. 82.25y minus y squared equals 1683. And then what? No, we can't divide by 82.25 because we have that y squared in it, right? Everything goes on the same side, okay? Now, which way do you want to move it over? Because I have a y squared, and a number. That means it's a trinomial, right? What? We want to make the y squared positive if at all possible, so let's move everything to this side. Yes? Right, exactly. So we're going to move all of these to this side, right? Y squared equals, oh no, minus, that's what Holly said, 82.25. Y equals plus 1683. God dang it. Equals 0. There we go. So I moved all of that stuff over, yeah? Okay. All right. Are we good with that? Are we happy with that? Now we want to solve for y. This is a quadratic equation. Can you factor him down?
I guess.
Probably, maybe. It's going to involve some decimals. I don't really want to do that, right?
No. You're just going to follow the quadratic formula?
Sure, let's, okay, because I don't want to deal with decimals, let's do the quadratic formula. Let's do the quadratic formula because I don't want to deal with decimals. So, negative b is 82.25. Since he's already negative, it makes him positive, right? Plus and minus, okay? The square root of b squared. What's 82.25 squared? What? 82.25 squared.
6,765.
65 point what?
0.0625.
0.0625, sure. Let's do it all. Minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 1683. Yikes. All over 2 times a, which is 1. That's nice.
It's 2.
Okay?
Turn your mirror off, please.
Well,
It's very distracting.
Yeah, you literally got the girls got yelled at. Yeah, and silence.
Yeah, he was like that strike number one.
what?
And then they were like,
On
my
Friday.
phone was in the library.
Like, where's my
Going
phone?
off.
And then he was yelling at us.
Whatever. Okay, so, somebody do this. The 6765.065 minus 4 times 1 times
Alright,
that.
let's go, Holly.
Do all that junk. And take the square root of it. Do the whole thing. Would ya?
You have to find a discriminant in it.
Well, yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. Plus and minus, what's that number after you take the square root even?
Square root is 5.75.
5.75 all over 2. Okay? So, now, here, there are 2 answers when you have this going on, right? This is 82.25 plus 5.75 divided by 2, and 82.25 minus 57, or 5.7, divided by, yep, when you add them, okay, 44, the next one? 38.25, okay? No, now, so do you see how that's done? Since this is plus and minus, you do 82.25 plus 5.75 divided by 2, and that's 44. Then you have 82.25 minus 5.75 divided by 2, and that's 38.25, yeah? Oh my gosh. So, now, now that is just y, right? That's just the answer to y, and it's this one or this one.
You're kidding.
I'm done plugging in for Y. You know what? We're done.
Okay. Sorry, guys. So, if y is 44, if y equals 44, we want to know what x equals, and if y is 38.25, we want to know what x equals. Okay? So, we do know that them multiplied together, I'm going to look at this guy because this is easy. We do know that those two multiplied together has to be 1683, right?
1683 divided by 44.
Sure, yes. 1683 divided by 44 is what?
38.25.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. And 1683 divided by 38.25. 44. So, does it matter which one we call x and which one we call y?
No.
No, our two numbers have to be 44 and 38.25, yes?
Boy, they really
Okay,
got
it doesn't matter which one's x and which one's y, right?
Aren't they good?
Now, had these have been two different combinations, we would have two different pairs of answers, right? which is fine.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Yes, yes. CC. Okay, so really disgusting, right? But is it terribly difficult to solve?
No, it's really
No, it's just a lot of work, right? A lot of work, okay? So this is like a multi-step thinking here. All right, we'll do a couple more and then we'll stop because your brains are on overload today.
My brain's gone.
Example 2. Example 2, a rectangle. A rectangle is twice as wide as it is high, okay? So I went ahead and gave you the picture of what it looks like, right? If this is the height, then twice the height would be 2h, right?
I guess.
So height and 2 height, all right? If it has an area of 24.5 square inches, what are its dimensions, all right? So this one's a little bit faster and easier, right? How do we find the area of this rectangle? No. How do you find the area of that rectangle?
2h times 2.
Yeah, W times height, which is 2h times h, right? Okay? It's the length times the height or the width times the height, but since they're labeling width as 2 times h, we can call that 2h squared, right?
2h squared.
And we said that that has to be equal to what? 24.5, okay? So this is the equation that I have. Now how do I solve that?
Divide by 2.
Sure, nope.
Divide by 2.
Divide by 2 first. H squared equals. Do that in your head. What's 24 divided by 2?
12.25.
Oh my lord.
Oh my god, he is awesome.
He is awesome. The square root. What's the square root of 12.25?
3.5.
3.5. So I'm going to put plus and minus 3.5, yeah? Okay, now, we took the square root, we put the square root in there, right? We put the square root in there.
Oh, she's
Listen,
actually walking, guys.
we put the square root in, so it should by rights be plus and minus 3.5, but why is it not?
Because you can have a negative height.
You cannot have a negative height, so this is the one exception where you don't have plus and minus. It is just 3.5, okay? Now, I want to find what the width is. The width is double that, right?
So then you just times that by 2.
Which is 7. There you go. That was faster. So some of them will be faster, some of them will be really disgusting, like the last one was, right?
What? That's crazy.
Whoa. Okay, let's do one more. Last one.
Whoa. You just said we were going to do that.
What, tomorrow?
I said we're going to do 2 more. Or 2 more.
No.
One more. Here we go.
We had a verbal
myself.
agreement.
One more. Example 3.
Play, guys.
Do you want homework today? Great.
No, okay,
Let's do example 3. Here we go. A rectangular box. Rectangular box with a square 3 or 30,000. If the surface area of the box is 6,000, what are the dimensions of the box? Okay, so we have 2 things going on here. We have surface area and we have volume.
There's no top, though.
Just wait. Will the volume be affected if there's no top on the box?
Yes. No. Yes.
Will
No.
the surface area be affected if there's no
Yes.
top on the
Yes.
box? Surface area will be affected. Volume does not, right?
There's that little lid that it attaches to.
No.
Cody,
Volume is not
stop trying
affected.
to prove yourself right, Jordan.
If there is no lid on the box, volume is not affected. If there is no lid on the box, the surface area is affected, all right? So let's talk about volume. Volume equals length times width times height. That's the formula for volume, right? Length times width times height, right? Now, our length and width are both the same, though, since this is a square box. The base is a square. So the formula for this one is what? What's the formula for this volume?
I remember a lot of numbers.
S times H or S squared H. That's the volume. Hayden.
I'm trying
S
to,
squared
guys, I'm
H. This is the
finishing
volume.
homework today, okay? I don't want to do it.
Because you're taking S, so the length and the width are both S. So S times H. Yes, good question. S times H or S squared H. That's the volume, okay? Now, surface area. We want to label all of the surfaces. This guy on the top is not, he's open, right? He's open. So, how many surfaces does this guy have?
1, 2.
6. Well, 5.
6,
Minus
but
the top.
5 without the top, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk about the bottom surface. What's the area of the bottom? The bottom is S squared. Now, let's talk about the front and the back. I'm going to do F and B, front and back, okay? So the front and back would be like this guy and the back side, right? The front is this by this, right? The front is S by H. How do I find the area of the front and the back? S times H, right? Okay? So S times H is the front, but there's two of them, right? Front and back. They're both S times H, right? But it's not squared, it's 2SH, right?
Wait. What's the one above bottom? What's that say?
What's that?
Oh,
We're adding up all the surfaces, okay? So the bottom is S squared. The front and the back are both SH, so that's two of them. Now let's talk about the two sides, okay? The two sides would be like this guy right here. He is S by H as well, right? And so is the left side. So he is an SH as well. Now, if he's a square, he would be all the same. But if he's a rectangular prism or like a rectangle base in the bottom, they will be different. Okay, so we're going to combine those together. Hold on, we're going to combine those together. So we need to add all of those together, yeah? My surface area is going to be S squared plus 4SH. S squared plus 4SH, yeah? Okay. S squared plus 4SH. Okay, now, we know what the volume should be, right?
I get it.
30,000. So I've got this going on here, and this guy should be 6,000. 30,000, 6,000. Yes? Good? Okay, I'm going to start you in this problem, and then this is going to be what you're going to finish for homework. Okay? So, starting this problem, which equation do you want to solve?
Volume squared. I like Wednesday, yeah.
But I have an S here, so that's not going to work.
Oh, it didn't work.
I want to be able to have all one variable. So if I plug in this S squared down here, then I'll still have an S and an H at the same time. And I
Let's
don't
solve
want
for H.
Let's solve for H in the top equation. That's the easiest, okay? So H is equal to, how do I get rid of the S squared? Nope. 30,000 divided by S squared, right? Okay, so this H is going to go in right there, right?
Oh my.
Okay, so let's write out what he looks like. I have S squared, he's going to stay, plus 4S times 30,000 over S squared equals 6,000. Okay? Oh, yuck. Yuck, yuck. What a deal.
Yeah, Katie.
Okay? All right, now, we have to solve this thing. Let's simplify him as much as we can. Simplify him as much as we can. What can we do to simplify?
Can we take square root?
Cereal.
I mean.
We can distribute the 4S, but here, look at this. There's an S here, and there's two S's down here. Can I cancel one of them?
Dude, no way. Yes.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay,
Okay, let's do it. So, S squared plus, what's 4 times 30,000? Let's distribute them now. 120,000. Yep, it was S squared, but now he's just S because we canceled with one of them up here, right? All over S equals? Yep, so we are canceling the S from the 4S out with one of these down here, so we use just an S on the bottom, yes? Now, I don't know how to factor this thing, because if there's an S on the bottom, I don't know what I'm doing. What can I do?
Look it up on Google.
But this is an S squared, I can't multiply by S. Because, well, I could have S squared, so it'd be a cubic function.
You multiply the S over.
No.
What?
Wasn't the S over on the other side?
No, because there's an S squared here. Oh, that's not going to work.
Oh.
You did the square root.
Couldn't you move? No, couldn't you
I'm
move
gonna blank.
the fraction you used
I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know how that's going to help. I
It's
want to
supposed
find the
90
solutions
degrees.
of this thing, and it's really disgusting and
We're
ugly.
gonna freeze. The square root of
So then leave it like that.
No. Well, yes, you're right.
See?
Me or him?
Wait,
You're not right. Get out of
I want
here.
to find the solutions. How do I find solutions of things that are really disgusting and ugly if I don't
Oh,
Leave it how it is.
Quadratic
No,
No,
he's
on
not quadratic
Google.
because he's definitely found that right here.
Yeah.
Lacey's exactly right. Did you hear her?
Graph it.
We're gonna graph the thing.
No.
We're not grapher. Yes, we are. Graph it.
Yes.
Graph. Graph it. I'm recording right now, Erica. Okay, graph it. Okay, now just wait. Just wait. So move the 6,000 over to start with, right? So subtract it to 6,000. So this will be minus 6,000 equals 0. Now this is where you come in. You type this into your calculator, graph it, and figure out what S is. Okay?
What do you do?
So you will need parentheses around this guy. So do parentheses 120,000 divided by S close parentheses, right? When you type that in,